Hi, my name is Lauren Hazel and I'm the Story Brand Strategist, and welcome to How to Find a Profitable Idea. This here is a little bit of a mini course run through to help those of you who want to start selling things online, but you have no clue what you actually want to start selling exactly. It could be that you have a following. Maybe you've had a blog post for a little while, or you've been doing video logs on YouTube or VMO, and now you really want to find that idea to start selling to the folks who might already be following you. Some of you may not quite have a following yet, but you have something that you're really good at. So this is a way to help you find that profitable first idea. Now, once again, thank you for taking me up on this offer to give you this mini course for free. Also, in your email box, now if you're using Gmail, it might have gone to your promotions box, so you want to check that. You should have gotten a download, which is my 3-step checklist on writing sales emails, 3 steps to your sales email. So you should have already received it by now, most likely. If not, give it another minute and check again. And it is a 3-step checklist that you can take, and it's going to be very useful after we finish this presentation. So let us begin, my darlings. So audience first, that's usually my motto, audience first. Without them, we are not going to have followers, we're not going to have a business. So your audience first. What you need to do is, if you don't already have it, like a following already, you need to get some. That's going to be crucial if you want to actually be profitable when you make your course, or you create your service you want to offer. You need people to follow you. All right, to know where they are, know a little bit about them, who they are, what's going on, what's going on with them. And in order to really do that, folks, you need to talk to them. Now, you might have folks following you from other social media profiles. That's all good and well, but email seems to be one of the best ways to communicate with them. It's good to have folks follow you on Snapchat, but you also want to make money eventually on what you're doing, right? So you have to get those folks contact information, like their names and their emails. It's easier to have a more personable relationship with someone when you know more about them than that they're Bad Kitty 42 on Snapchat, or they're Sexy 101 on Instagram. Okay, so as much as it's all good in those social platforms and they're good for what they do, you want to have their contact information, like their email addresses. That way you can actually talk to them and let them know what's going on and when you have new content out, right? And you also want to bring them a little value. So let's say you've already had a blog and you take some of your followers and they're on this email list, right? Well, maybe you should introduce them to some older blog posts that you did that they could get some value from. That's a great way to do it. We always assume that everyone goes through all of our work, and most people don't. They've probably missed a really good post we did maybe 2 or 3 months ago. So but through email is a way of going back and say, hey, in case you didn't check this out, check this. This is really good for X, Y, and Z. Email is a great way of doing that for folks. And last but not least, this is a great way for you to ask questions and get answers, right? So asking them questions is crucial. If you want to come up with profitable ideas, you're going to need to know what's going on with your folks, with your audience members, with your followers, all right? And I gave like a sample question here, but depending on what you're doing, maybe you're really good at cooking. Maybe your blog or vlog is all about cooking. Maybe your snaps is all about food. Maybe your Instagram is all about food. So if that's your thing, I'm going to use a food example here. Your question, one of the questions you would ask them is like, hey folks, once again, thank you for following me on Instagram, Twitter, and thanks once again for opting in to be on this email list. I would like to know, what kind of food you would like to see me cook next, or what can I help, or what would you like to know more about cooking? Would you like to know more about how to cook the perfect steak, how to make a beautiful chicken dinner, or how to cook fish? Let me know. Questions like that let you know not only what kind of content you're going to produce next, so that you don't have to be racking your brain like, damn, am I going to be telling these people how to cook steak and all a million ways to cook steak, or should I be telling them about chicken, or really, really want to know about how to cook fish and what really goes well with fish. You don't have to rack your brains anymore. If you ask these types of questions, people are going to tell you, right? Because especially if they're following you not only on email and they're following you on Instagram, where they get to see pictures of what you're creating or what you're doing, they know already what they want to see you do next or more of. They want to know how to cook like that perfect fried chicken and that perfect glazed chicken. So they want to know more about chicken. They're going to let you know. If you ask them, they're going to tell you. So emails, I think, is a better way because you can take all the responses in one place instead of having to scroll, up and down in different social media platforms. But they're already going to know. So ask them questions. Let them tell you what they want. Now, here's the part where you're going to get your ideas. You're going to create your product or your service. Then you're going to sell it to them, okay? So this is going to piggyback from the last part, which is about asking them what do they want more of. Like in the food example, they want to know more about steak or about fish or about chicken. What do they want to know about, right? So you're going to use the answers from your audience, from your following, to help you come up with some ideas for things that you could possibly create to sell them, whether it's going to be ebook or some course or some crazy service, whatever it is you're doing. They're going to let you know more about what they really would like to know about. That way you can test that out and see if it's something that you should be pushing. So the way I like to start off with this, and I think it's a little easier this way. I've done it myself. Okay, so the answers from the last question, you should have gotten them, right? You should have got a whole bunch of people saying, hey, I really want to know more about chicken, let's say, right? Now, what you would do is at least a two-step process. What you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, they want to know more about cooking chicken. So let's say chicken is going to be, whatever you're doing is going to have something to do with chicken. Now, you're going to come up with 3 to 5 ideas about what you could possibly create with chicken. Maybe it's an ebook talking about, 7 chicken dinners that take less than 30 minutes to make. Or maybe it's a course on how to cook the perfect chicken whatever recipes. I don't know. Maybe it's how to do meal planning using chicken. I don't know. You figure, or how to cook for the busy mom's guide to cooking 7 chicken meals for the week that even their husband could make or something like that. Whatever it is, those are your 3 ideas. Now you're going to hold those 3 ideas in this case, some way. You just wrote them out. These are just possibilities right here. Next thing you're going to do is you're like, okay, they really want to know more about chicken. This is when you do a little bit of an experiment. What you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, they want to know more about chicken. So you write a little something, or you do a little vlog, maybe so you doing something with a chicken, I don't know, some kind of chicken dinner, and then you send it out to them. You give them what they want. They said they want to know more about chicken, so maybe you did a fried chicken, a vlog where you're cooking garlic fried chicken or something, and you sent that out to your list. And then after you give them a little taste of that, like, hey, here's how you make garlic fried chicken. You give them a little taste of that, of what they asked for. The next thing you do is you ask a follow-up question. You ask these follow-up questions because at this point, we're going to test your ideas. This is going back to your list to test your idea. Say, hey, guys or gals or whoever's on your list, right? I hope you enjoyed the last vlog or blog in which I taught you guys how to make garlic fried chicken. Listen, I was having an idea. There's so many things you could do with chicken, and I want to make sure that, you guys become the best cooks ever in your home, right? Now, if I were to create an ebook or a course on how to make 7 chicken dinners that your family will love in 30 minutes or less, would you be interested in buying it? And that you ask that type of question, and you see the responses you get back from the wonderful people on your list, your followers. Now, based on those, this is how you test out the idea. Based on those responses, if it's a hell yes, yeah, I would love that, kind of responses, you know that idea about the 7 quick chicken dinners, that ebook, is a winner. You know that is your profitable idea right there. And you know the great thing about doing it this way is you didn't spend really any money. You didn't spend time creating something and then attempting to sell it to people. You did a little bit of work up front, and they've told you, hey, we'd love that. We would definitely buy this little video course or this ebook on how to cook these 7 quick chicken dinners that take 30 minutes or less. That's what they want, right? So that would be the idea. You're going to take it, and you're going to, what I call, run with it. You're going to go with it. And that's where you're going to create your product or your service. In this case, it's really a product that you're creating. Whether it's an ebook or a vlog, you make that distinction yourself. But there you go. You got your profitable idea. Now, it's time for you to start selling it to your followers. Once you've created it, or once that you at least got the framework for it, meaning, okay, you got the idea, and now you already decided that it's going to be a little video course thing, and you already know the basics of how you're going to do that. Now and you probably start recording video 1 and 2. Now you're going to start presenting it to your followers. It's time to get it going. Now let's just go over this real quick for you. All right, so if you don't have an audience or followers, get them. Now, if your followers are on other social media platforms, they're on Pinterest, they're on Snapchat, they are on Instagram, what you're going to do is you're going to get those people to convert and go and give you their email address. You want their names and their email addresses. So if all your followers on Instagram, that's beautiful. Try to get their names and their email addresses because you want to be able to communicate with them a lot better. And it's easier and more effective to sell them through email. Okay? So you want to do that if you don't, if that's your situation. I know a lot of people have a huge followings on places like YouTube and Instagram right now. And Instagram works very well for the guys who do food carts in New York and those sorts of things. But you also, but you don't have, I'm assuming, a food cart or that type of business. You're maybe doing this after work in whatever place you live. So email works best in this case. So you want to take those files and convert them. Make sure convert them as that you get their names and their email addresses so that you can follow the rest of these steps. All right. Doesn't mean you abandon your other social platforms that they are at, that they've been engaging with you with. You just need this basic information so you can interact with them more. And then you're going to give them some value, maybe introduce them to a post they didn't see or a vlog you've done or a new one. You're going to give them a little bit of value, keep them interested, since you got their emails, you're now in their inbox, right? And you want to keep in touch. Some people get people's email addresses and stuff and they do not email them at all. You have to keep in touch. Emailing people twice a month is not enough. It's, I would recommend at least 2 to 3 times a week. I mean, after all, especially if they're coming from social media platforms where you're updating every day, emailing them at least 2 to 3 times a week is not such a big deal. And there are ways in which you can kind of do that, have that done automatically. You want to ask them questions, like you remember the questions in the beginning. I said, hey, ask them more about what they would like to get from you. If you're a cook and it's chicken dinners or how to cook lobster or whatever it is, you want to ask them, what type of content they want from you. And once you receive that answer, you're gonna take the one with the most votes, so to speak. And you are going to brainstorm 3 to 5 ideas about what you can possibly do with that type of content that they want. So if it's chicken, maybe you can tell them how to do cook glazed chicken, fried chicken, or quick chicken meals. Let's say those are the 3 ideas, right? And then that's when you go back to your list and you're going to test out the ideas. And you do it by simply, you have your 3 possible profitable ideas sit in one place. You did tell them that you were going to make them more content based on something with chicken. So you maybe teach them how to make fried garlic chicken. And that's a vlog or that's a blog post, whatever it is. And you send it out to them. You send it out and say, hey guys, you asked for it, here it is. Now the next email that you're going to ask, that you're going to go for, once again, is now you're asking, hey, I just had a thought. I hope you enjoyed how to make garlic fried chicken or whatever it is you told them to do. I was thinking, hey, if I created a course on how to make 7 quick chicken dinners in 30 minutes or less, would you guys be interested in buying it? And if you get a really good response, stop there. That's your profitable idea. That's your next ebook. That's your next video course. And then you're going to go through the process of creating that course, because at this point, you're not wasting time. They've already told you what they want. You tested out the idea. And now, once that is done, all it is that you're finishing creating your product, and now it's time to sell it through emailing your followers, okay? That's how simple the process is here. Now, I've done this process myself. I did it when I had a tutoring business, and I had a tutoring business online, and I went through the same process to create math courses that the parents wanted for their kids. So I made a course on fractions when they wanted fractions. I made a small course on a long division. I made all these tiny courses that they wanted, instead of like, okay, oh my God, I have to figure out how to create all these huge pre-algebra courses. What they really wanted was small subject courses. Like, hey, how do I just teach my kid how to do fractions, or how do you create a course on long division? And that saved me a lot of time and money, because I only created what they actually wanted. And by going through this process, you find that profitable idea. You can focus your energy on creating just that thing that they really want and are willing to buy, and then you can just sell it to them. Now, I think the most effective way of selling folks in this case is through emailing them. This is why you make sure you have their emails. And this is where this comes in. So the 3 steps to writing sales emails for entrepreneurs. Now, the reason why I gave you this mini course is because my number 1 is have a relevant offer. Now, I have seen and helped many folks online who are selling their products and their services, and they didn't have relevant offers. They had things that their audience truthfully didn't really want, okay? They weren't interested, and they really didn't want them. But unfortunately, the creator had spent so much time, so much energy, and for a lot of love and care, because they cared about the subject, only for this thing not to sell. And they're like, hey, I got a copywriter. I did all these crazy things, these selling things people told me to do, and I still can't sell. And then I have to tell them, well, you know what? It's not something they wanted in the first place. They didn't want it, and they weren't willing to pay for it. If those 2 factors aren't together, they don't create a relevant offer. So that's why I gave you the mini course. That way, for those of you who are starting from zero, you're going to start on the right path. For those of you who have an offer, you can go back and check to see if it's relevant. That way, you're not wasting your time. Because once you have a relevant offer, it makes the rest of this very easy. That's step 1. And then step 2, I talk about addressing your prospect with the problem your offer is going to solve, and then using a short story. So basically, the chicken dinner example, what was the idea that made, right? The quick chicken dinners, 30 minutes or less. 7 quick chicken dinners in 30 minutes or less. And what's the problems it's saving? Well, if whoever's cooking it, let's assume it's women who are moms or whatever, and let's say, well, they don't have enough time to cook, and they're tired of buying fast food for their family, and they want to be able to cook a home cooked meal for their kids, and, for their families. So it's saving them time, and it's allowing a togetherness and eating together, instead of, okay, I got to buy pizza because I work late, he works late, or whatever the situation, or she works late and she works late, whatever the situation may be. It is allowing her to cook, if this was geared towards women, so to speak, right? And, use a little short story. It could be a personal story of you going through the struggles of trying to cook a fast dinner, or maybe somebody who's in what situation. That's where you use your short story to. All you're doing is building a connection here. You're letting your readers connect with this offer that they kind of help you create in a way. You want them to connect, and it's a way to help you connect and engage them. So identify what's the main problem your offer is solving. You add a little bit of a short story. It doesn't have to be long, a little drabble, a few sentences. Maybe it's your personal story from you going through their situation. Maybe it's somebody else but you want to make sure that they can relate and engage. Then the last part is all you're doing is introducing your offer. You're telling them what's in it. Like, what are they getting out of your ebook, your course, or your service? And you're telling them what's the benefits, what's the results they're going to get. They'll learn how to cooks 7 meals in less than 30 minutes. Family time. I mean, I'm using based on my example of food, but yours might be different. It might be you might be a bowling expert for all I know. So you're going to give them their little features, what's in your course, and then the benefits, what they're going to get out of your course there. And then you're going to close out the email, simply be like, hey, if you're ready to change your game if it's bowling, if you're ready to learn how to cook quick meals, join us below by clicking this button, which can say buy now, join now, whatever your buy button is going to say, or your buy link is going to say, is going to be in that email at that point, and that's how you're closing out your email. It's very simple. So you insert a buy button or a link where they can click, and it takes them to a place where it's going to ask for their credit card information. And that's very, very easy way to do it. Now, for some of you, you might actually want to talk to the folks who are buying your courses. That's fine too. It could be that link could lead them into a place where it's asking for like more detailed information, like their name and their cell phone number, the best time to call. Or it could be just a direct link to collect their credit card information. But that's how simple it is to actually put a quick sales email together. Have your relevant offer, address the main problem of your prospect that your offer is going to handle, and tell a little short story so they can be gain that connection and be engaged. And then you're going to introduce your offer and close the email with a buy button or the next steps, giving them a strong call to action. And this PDF here is what you should have gotten in your email account if you signed up for this. Now, once again, if it's in Gmail, so you know how Gmail works. Sometimes it puts things in promotions, and it's not promotion, so do check if you didn't get it, okay? If something happened for some reason you didn't get it, you can let me know. You can email me at lauren@storybrandstrategist.com, and I will send you over another copy of the PDF if for some strange reason things did not work out the way they were supposed to. And also, if you have any questions, or if you really like this, or if there's more things you would like to know about how to do this process, because there are a lot of things I did not cover, like basic tools you can do to get started, let me know at lauren@storybrandstrategist.com. And I hope to hear from you soon and hear about your success. Listen, if you tried this out and it worked really well for you, like, hey, you sold your first few products, or you went through to say, hey, I wasn't selling anything before and now I finally sold more than I was selling before, let me know. I really would love to hear about it. You can email me at lauren@storybrandstrategist.com. And I will talk to you all soon. Good luck. Don't worry. You can do it if I can do it. As technologically uninclined as I can be, trust me, this is really easy to do. I've done it multiple times, and this is the best way I found success. So I wish you all success. Govern yourselves accordingly, and let me know how it goes. My name is Lauren. I'm the Story Brand Strategist. Peace.